And we're live!
And we're live! And we're live! Do 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 do. We get the background music and everything. Welcome, Facebook peeps. It is Wednesday night. It is 9 o'clock. It is Chit Chat Chop. And we have this lovely lady here. Very lovely. The Claudia Habib. The one and the only.
Hello.
Oh, you got to turn it down. Miss Ginger's got the stereo on. She can hear my voice. All right, I'm just going to share this for those. So, oh look, we're live. We're very loud too. All right, I'm just going to hit share.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit share. How do I do that?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this
Right,
out.
post. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, we are excited. We are going to do some fun stuff tonight, and we're going to talk about all sorts of cool things. And one of the cool things we're going to talk about is your new business.
That's right.
It is called what?
It is called Claudia Habib Events.
Events.
And yeah, so I'm going out on my own.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the hustle.
I know, right?
It's a good hustle.
Being an entrepreneur, definitely a hustle. So yeah, I've been doing, obviously,
Been around a long time. in the
weddings
industry.
for a long
Yeah.
time on the side, my side gig, but now also corporate events, destination management,
Cool.
lots of stuff, because I had been doing that for 10 years, but
Yeah.
just for another company. So now I'm doing it
On your own.
on my own.
Which is
So
awesome.
It's exciting.
Congratulations. It's a big
Thank
jump.
you.
It's
It
a big,
is.
big jump. Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely, but I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We were catching up earlier before the show, and we realized that we go back like almost, 2003, 2004. We kind of figured out,
yeah,
right?
somewhere
So
between
10
that.
to 12 years. It seems like a long time. Like, I don't feel that old.
No, we're not that old.
We're not that old. We're young. We're still
just-
young.
We're seasoned.
We're seasoned. That's it. Seasoned. So, when I reached out for the episode, I said, what do you like to cook? And you said, well,
I'm so busy, I can't cook. Like, I have no time.
I'm a
So,
busy working mom.
What is fast?
What is
Fast and
fast
easy.
and easy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said busy working mom was one of the things.
Yeah.
You said you try to watch what you're eating, like healthy-wise, maybe a
Yeah.
little more low carb.
Yeah.
So I kind of came up with something that my kids love to eat, and it's kind of a masquerade. It is a low carb chicken enchilada. It's super easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna, instead of tortilla shells, we're gonna use zucchini. You could also use cabbage, like Napa cabbage would work really, really well.
Okay.
And we're gonna fill it with a delicious chicken enchilada mix with a little bit of onion, some cheese, top it with a little sour cream. Call it dinner,
Voila.
and you can make it ahead of time and freeze it.
That's awesome.
So freeze it on a cookie sheet on the individual rolls, and then just pop them in a little Ziploc bag and
Yeah.
store them in the freezer
Okay.
and pull them out to go. And one of the things that I'm trying to convince you, and I know you say, I don't have time. You need to do like a prep day, like a food prep day.
Yes, I know.
Right?
I know.
So my go-to, if you go back to the very first episode of Chit Chat Chop, we did my lemon roasted chicken, which if you come to my house, I make this all the time. This is my go-to easy dish.
Okay.
And I usually buy like 3 or 4 whole chickens.
Okay.
I stuff them with lemon and put some butter and herbs on them and pop them in the oven.
Sounds amazing.
And then I make stock and pull all the meat off and freeze it, and I use it in enchiladas. I use it in chicken salad. I put it on salad. I do it so it kind of gets me a
Yeah.
week or a couple of
Yeah.
weeks, depending on how we use it. So
Nice.
this is a great use for leftover chicken, or if you don't want to roast your own and you buy rotisserie chicken at the grocery store, which a lot of people do, you can pull that off and use your leftovers that way. Or if you have fresh chicken, you can just cook it off and then cut it up and put it in. So,
Gotcha.
all right. So, have you used a mandolin before?
Not one like that.
Okay. So this can be a very dangerous tool in
Yes,
the kitchen.
I'm scared of these things.
It's actually not too bad. Now some people will wear like a cutting glove, but we're only going to do a few on it. So you want to cut these. I did some earlier,
Okay.
and we're going to cut them sort of
Lengthwise.
lengthwise because
Yeah.
we're going to stuff them and sort of roll them so they kind of mimic what a tortilla shell would sort of do. So now your goal is, so always you're on top.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you push in at the bottom.
Yep.
And the first few are going to be, so I usually do it this way. And then you're going to be able to get long pieces
Okay.
as soon as you get down. Because zucchinis are not perfectly
Flat.
flat, right?
Yeah.
So now we're starting to get into some long pieces. You can save those on the side or stick them inside the filling
put
as
them
well.
on my
Or put
foot.
them on your foot. It's a kitchen. There's always stuff on the floor, Miss Claudia. All right? So you want to give that a try. Now just keep your fingers on top, and if you're uncomfortable with it, I'll come behind you and do it.
All right. So.
Yeah, there you go. And zucchini's pretty nice because they're soft, so they're not going to like fight back like whereas a carrot or something. It's much.
Wait a
Look,
minute.
look,
Oh,
how-
I am. Look at
you're
that.
right on it, like an old seasoned pro.
See, my problem is I go to the grocery store and I see zucchini. I'm like, I like zucchini. I'm going to buy zucchini. What can I do with the zucchini?
You can do
And
so
it's
many
stir
things.
fry. That's all I ever. And end up doing is stir fry.
Oh, you can grate it up and make cakes out of it?
Oh, yeah.
Zucchini chocolate cake is delicious.
I've heard of that.
We're making low-carb chicken enchiladas, right?
So keep going? And
Yeah,
do the
keep
whole
going
thing?
until it gets awkward or till the sizes. Yeah.
Okay, I just...
Look at you, you're right on it. And when you get to the end and you get uncomfortable, then that piece can just go and be discarded, or you can use it in something else.
Okay.
So I would say you're probably getting near the end.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
not... Well, maybe. Hold on. There.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Nailed it. Step 1. You're good to go. All right, so we're going to move those over to the side.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to move this off.
How much is that thing?
They range, they're about $100, $150. Now they have, the really cool ones are the Japanese mandolins. So if you're ever in like an Asian store and they're small and they're super sharp, they're not, I love the Japanese mandolin, but you can certainly cut your digits off with it. Have you done that, Andrew?
I've never done that.
I have a cheap and cheerful one that I've had for years, and it does the job.
I have a $10 one, and it just doesn't work.
I used that handle thing. I had a fruity cut top.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
like
a $50 threshold for a decent
Yeah.
the thing that has the prong, and then
Yeah.
you're trying to...
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So we need onion. Have
Yes.
you cut lots of onions in your day?
Sure.
Okay. So here's some onion tips. Maybe you know these, maybe you don't.
Well-
So I leave the root tip on and I cut right down the center, right?
Okay.
And then you're gonna peel back. So sometimes you just want to take the top off a little bit.
Yep.
And then you just peel back the top layers, right?
Yep.
Always leaving the root end on because that keeps the onion together.
Okay.
Let's get that. And so normally if you're gonna cut it into small dice, you're gonna go like this, make a couple of cuts through almost to the back, and then you're gonna do a couple and then when you chop it, it's in the perfect cube.
So 3 different directions.
3 different directions. But we're just gonna cut them in half moons. So again, leaving your tip on, you're gonna just rock down. So you're not doing this,
Right.
cutting your finger off.
Right.
All right? So you can finish the onions and I'll get the pan heated.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so tell me about like the most amazing event that you've been part of.
Oh, jeez. Now you're putting me on the
I know,
spot,
I'm putting you on the
right?
spot.
I mean, I've done so many beautiful, beautiful weddings that have been just phenomenal.
What's the largest wedding you've done?
440 people.
440. That's just a
440.
little one. Come on,
At-
shoot.
Okay, what do I do now? Like, I want to hold this, but that's probably
Yeah,
not
you
a good
can do
idea.
that.
Can I?
Yeah, if you want. So whatever gives you comfort. There you go.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? That's probably enough. We probably don't even need to do the other one.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah, because we're just going to cook it down.
Okay.
All right, so I forgot to bring oil out, so I'm going to sneak behind the sign here. Put some oil on. So this is just a little induction burner, but you want this on like medium-high heat
Okay.
at home, and we're just going to let it get a little hotter.
Yeah.
We're going to saute the onion, and we've got some pureed garlic here. So you can
Lovely.
do minced garlic. If you didn't have garlic, you could do garlic powder.
Oh, I'm all about the garlic. I'm
I-
Lebanese, honey.
yes.
I grew up with garlic. So
I know you said I know how to make a really good lemony garlic dressing.
salad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you do a Lebanese salad at home, you make the dressing in the bottom
Of the bowl.
of the bowl.
Yeah.
Like you're pounding the garlic in a separate mortar and pestle thing with the salt, and then you throw that in the bottom. Then you add the oil. Then you chop all your veggies.
Okay.
Then you squeeze 2 lemons. Then you add more salt and mint and seasoning.
I love that. Mint and,
And
lemon.
you mix it all together at the end, right? So I used to bring that to like work potlucks and stuff. The one time I did it and I put the salt on, like when I was prepping it, and
Yeah.
then I brought it to the lunch and I noticed all the lettuce had wilted. And Mom's like, you don't put the salt on until the very end.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson that way because of course I would never have to wait to do that at home.
Exactly.
I was making it and we were eating it, so it wasn't an issue. I never thought about it. But to bring it to a potluck, yeah, no. don't put
Wilted
the
lettuce.
salt on.
Yeah, that's all right. Those, I'm sure it tasted delicious. I'm sure it did.
It was very garlicky.
I like garlic as well. I'm with you. All right, so we've got our onion. We're going to just throw it in the pan here. And then we're just going to saute that around. We're going to put a little salt and pepper. So there is salt and pepper here. So just give that a couple of pinches.
Okay.
Nice and high. And again, I forgot my spoon, so I'm going to dig behind here.
You were too distracted talking to me.
I know. So you said you're working on some nice events coming up, which is exciting.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of conferences coming up in a couple weeks, and doing a big event at the new convention center.
awesome.
It's actually my third event there.
Okay.
I did the first wedding ever at the new convention center.
Okay.
Second wedding ever at the new
Oh,
convention center.
you do a lot of weddings.
Yeah, and not everyone can get in there because you have to be at least 300 guests before you're
Is the
able
minimum?
for a wedding.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And you only use a third of the ballroom. A third.
Wow.
That's how big this space is. It's massive.
Well, I've been through the spaces, and it's hard sometimes. You see these big spaces, it's hard to envision how many tables, and but yeah, we did a tour, and it's beautiful. It's a stunning space.
State of the art.
Yeah.
State of the art. But yeah, so I'm doing a big event for a company, and it's she just told me that their guest list was 340 people plus one for each of those people, so it could be over 600 people.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a good piece.
Yeah.
We like those ones. We like the volume pieces.
And it happens every 3 years. They don't do it every year.
Okay.
It's every 3 years for this company. And it's always around Christmas time, but they never call it a Christmas party and they never decorate it or theme it like a Christmas party. So it's a Hollywood theme this time.
Fun, fun, fun.
It is really fun because they like to kind of play with that theme
Yeah.
and go for it and actually do some fun stuff, which I love.
Cool. So what sets you apart from all the other planners? I mean, I know because I've worked with you, but like, what do you feel sets you apart?
I think, well, first of all, I mean, you've got to have the right skill set, right? You've
Yeah.
got to be organized. You've got to have the relationships with your suppliers. You've got to be able to talk to them the right way, to be able to communicate what your client wants to your suppliers.
Yep.
In a way that everyone is happy, right? And communication is a huge piece for this. So what are you putting in there?
I'm putting in cumin powder and some chili powder.
Oh my gosh.
About 2 teaspoons-ish, a little more, a little less. Well, that's good. That's a good thing. So we're just going to saute those off. I know.
That
See, when
looks
they hit the
amazing.
heat. Yeah. And that's just onions and seasoning. Look how easy this is, Claudia.
Who needs Old El Paso?
I know. Exactly. Exactly.
Do you know how many of those kids I've made over the years? Seriously, whatever's easiest.
You're
that's what I
hilarious.
need. Oh my god.
All right, so we have some cooked chicken. Again, you could use any kind, like store-bought rotisserie. If you have leftover chicken, I usually bake a bunch, and I have little containers in the freezer I pull out. So all we're gonna do is put this in and add some enchilada sauce. So again, make it simple. You can buy your enchilada sauce, or you can make it at home. There's lots of great easy recipes. A little tomato, a little flour, a little vinegar. But it's really simple. If you don't have enchilada sauce, you could use jarred salsa. I mean, really any kind of flavorful tomato sauce would all work in that.
But not like spaghetti sauce.
You could. It's not quite the same because you've got the cumin and you've got the chili in there.
Yeah.
So you could add a little bit more sort of Mexican profile flavors, and you could. It wouldn't be the same, but it could be a good in a pinch.
Not saying I'm gonna do it.
In
I'm
a
just
pinch.
asking the question.
Yes, that's a good question to ask. And that's really it, okay? So so you could make this in a big batch, and then again, you could freeze it down in little containers, and then you could make these fresh to order if you wanted to, or what I was saying earlier, if you're gonna freeze these, you're gonna wanna make sure this mixture isn't super saucy. So what I typically do is make it a little bit drier, so you still got the enchilada sauce in there, but it's not like sort of soupy,
Right.
and that way it's drier when it fits on the noodles, and then it freezes really well. There's not so much moisture in there.
Right.
So here is our zucchini noodle.
Yep.
I'm going to turn this off because that's about it. But you just need to heat that mixture through.
Okay.
So we're going to take about 3 of these long pieces. You can do one over here, and I will do one over here. And you just want to overlap them slightly.
Okay.
And the thing about zucchini is you notice there's sort of a thin end and a sort of a wide end.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might want to alter them
okay.
depending on, right? So to sort of square them off sort of as much as you can. So all you do, we're going to have our our little baking pan here.
I had that.
Yes. It's a very classic little casserole dish. So you're going to put just a little bit in the middle.
Okay.
Maybe just a slight bit more. Not overflowing them because if you put too much in, they're not going to close up.
Okay.
Okay, so about that, I'll do this over here.
Now this is going to be interesting because I don't know how this thing is going to stay
I'm
together.
going to show you. It's nice and easy.
Toothpicks?
No. Look. So all you're going to do is take the back and then tuck.
Oh, so
And
it's really loose.
It's loose, and then you
Okay.
just place it in the pan.
See, you lost a piece.
Well, then all you do is tuck it in. Right? So all you want to do is make sure it sort of stays around, and then you just line them up in a pan like you would.
Okay.
Look at you made them much tighter than I made them.
my god.
She's like a pro.
no.
Good.
I think you've done these before, right?
I haven't.
So that's it. You just line them up in the pan, and if you were freezing them, you just put them on a sheet tray, set them up, and then they'll freeze up. So let's do a couple more, and then we can wash our hands off.
Perfect.
All right.
I've seen them do those with cabbage as well.
Yeah, if you can use Napa cabbage, I prefer Napa cabbage. It's not as hard.
Is that the
Like
light
the
green?
crinkly
The
one.
crinkly
Yeah.
one, yeah.
And when you do it with Napa, usually what I do is just dip them in a little bit of boiling water, so that sort of softens them up enough that you can roll them and they're not going to crack.
Is that called blanching?
It is. Blanching. Look at her knowing. Oh, I don't know how to cook. Oh, is that blanching? You're hilarious. All right, so give you a little more filling.
I know what it is. It doesn't mean I've done it.
You're just knowledgeable, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
As an event planner, you have to be knowledgeable about many things.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Same as a caterer.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'm
It's
just,
kind of a role reversal. She's telling you what to do.
I
I know.
Are you
I
doing
know.
okay with it? Giving up the
A
control?
little bit. It's you know, it's challenging, but
But
I know what my limitations are. You see. And clearly rolling these things is one of them.
It's one of them.
Oh my god.
That's it. And this is good for kids because this is a little messy. So kids love this, right? Here you can borrow a little towel, wipe yourself off.
Thank
So you can put, again, however many fit, and then you just top it off with a little bit more of the enchilada sauce, like a couple tablespoons sort of on each.
Yeah.
Just enough to give it some flavor and lubricate the top. And you'll notice when we pull it out of the oven, on the bottom, some of this sauce is going to sort of bubble up and around, which
Love
makes
it.
it lovely and yummy.
Yes.
And then we just have some spiced Monterey Jack cheese here. You could
Okay.
use cheddar, you could use,
Now,
Um,
did you shred this yourself?
no, I bought it.
Okay, thank you.
But it helps, like, often I will shred my, if I have my food processor on, depends what I'm doing.
Right.
And it depends on the cheese. Some cheeses, like, I find if you get mozzarella that's pre-shredded, it kind of has a coating on it to kind of keep
Yeah.
it separated. They
Yeah.
kind of add fillers and stuff.
Right.
So it just really depends. So that's it. In the oven. In the oven.
What's the temp?
350. It takes about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Now let me just grab under here. Look, I made a mess. I should clean up first. All right. And by the magic of Chit Chat Chalk.
Oh my god.
Whoa! See how lovely and delicious?
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So again, low carb.
Yeah. Perfect.
Good protein in there. You've got your chicken. Got a little bit of fat in there with your. So if you're low carb, some people that are keto, this is great. You can put a dollop of sour cream on the side. Like it kind of fits a lot. And a nice garden salad on the side or some sort
Oh
of
my God.
green salad.
Can I take
Easy
this
to-
home?
You totally can. You always get leftovers at Chit Chat Shop.
Nice.
That's sort of the thing. All right. So what else do you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh.
I know there's so many things on our list.
There are so many things. I mean, you know, the launching of the new business is sort of the biggest thing that's occupying my time
Yeah.
right now, and learning how to create a website from scratch. So my website is up now.
I saw it. It's very nice.
Yeah, ClaudiaHabibEvents.com.
Yes.
And, you know, I kind of wanted to stick with my own name because people know who I am.
You have an industry name. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I didn't want people to remember another new business name. And if somebody was looking for me and they didn't know where I am now, they might Google my name. You know what I mean? So I figured this was easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing my relationships with all of my suppliers and putting on some more stellar
Awesome.
events.
Well, we look forward to doing some stellar events with you. We were
Yes.
talking earlier about, you were talking about like some of the stuff you do. You do really fun stuff, unique. You really work with customizing
I
events
do,
for
yeah.
your clients and for their
Yeah,
groups.
so groups are a big part of it. Destination management services is what I have done for 10 years, and what that means is if a group is coming to Halifax for any kind of meeting or conference or convention, they oftentimes want to explore and want to see the city. And they look to someone like me, who's an expert in this destination, to tell them what we can do. And it's usually not run-of-the-mill. They want something different than the usual Peggy's Cove tour. So, you know, and it's usually a full-day thing. I'm arranging transportation, I'm arranging lunch, I'm arranging the tour guides, I'm arranging tastings or specific things once they get to someplace like Lunenburg, for example. We might take them on a walking tour, we might take them to Ironworks Distillery or
Love
you
them.
know, that kind of stuff. So it's always sort of going above and beyond for the client and listening to wanting and delivering.
And thinking outside the box a little too, right?
Outside the box
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
So we were saying one of the cool things that we do, and Claudia's like, do people know you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I just assume people know that we do that.
Never
Is
assume.
never assume, is that we do a series of cooking classes here. Chef Andrew teaches our cooking class, but we also do a lot of team building. And which is amazing, and a lot of groups that want to come in that do, oh look, he's got the sign, Andrew. Look at Andrew, cooking classes are coming up. Here we go. Well done, Andrew, well done. Very high tech that was. Yeah, now he puts it right in front. You're hilarious.
Oh, the food.
Yeah. And then we do like lots of things where you come in and like a group will do a black box challenge. So they'll be in groups of 2 or 3 and they get this literally a black box in front of them with 2 secret ingredients, and maybe it's frog legs and Digby scallops, and they have to create an appetizer dish in 30 minutes, and they get like an ask a Google question, and they get one ask a chef question, and there's all these sort of components. So then they create these dishes, and then they come up. I know.
Miserable.
Oh no, it's so much fun! It's so much fun. So then they come out, and we feed them a beautiful family style dinner and dessert. But they come up here, and just like on the shows on television, they pitch their dish. So the and they say, this is our lovely dish, and this is the name of it, and then they explain and they talk about it, and then everybody samples it, and they have scorecards.
Nice.
And they
get
rank
ranked.
them, and then we give them a little prize at the end.
Nice.
So, yeah, no, it works really, really well.
So how many people can you fit in here to do that?
Well, in our current space, we've done up to 20.
Okay.
And 20 to 24 is really our max. But our new space, we're moving at the end. Oh yeah, you didn't know that. We're moving the whole business, the whole kit and caboodle.
Where are you going?
To Dartmouth Crossing, Burnside Dartmouth Crossing.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are building a brand new building. The walls just went up last week, and the
Oh my
roof
God.
is on and
Congratulations.
should be done.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
it's big, and it has a dedicated studio in it.
Oh, wow.
That will feature up to 24. And the great thing about that is that we're limited because this is our production kitchen. So during the day, you can't really do group. And lots of groups want it during the day.
Exactly.
Right? They've already got other evening things, but we'll be able to facilitate day events, classes,
That
team
is
building.
perfect.
Yeah, it's
That
really
is
awesome.
Really perfect.
We're very excited. We
That
cannot
is
wait.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cool. So hopefully we can do some cool stuff together. All right.
Absolutely.
We're going to serve up these lovely low carb enchiladas. Again, I did not plan well. I'm going to get a spatula. I wasn't thinking. All right. And then you get to try them, and yes, you get to take the leftovers home.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, thank you for getting me a fork. All right.
And
And-
a knife. Don't we need a knife? Yeah.
You probably need a knife. All right, so there's our enchilada, and I have a little bit of sour cream here, which again, you can put it on top, put it wherever you like.
And more cheese.
And you could, yes, we can put a little more cheese. Somebody's a lover of cheese.
I love cheese.
And then we have some nice, we looked for cilantro. We didn't have any cilantro,
So that's parsley.
so this is flat leaf parsley.
Gotcha.
And there you go, that's our dish. I gotta move this out of the way so people can see it.
Whoop. It's hot.
It's chef hands. You get used to it. So there you go, low carb chicken enchilada, super easy, fast.
20 minutes.
Any questions? The audience is quiet
Al
tonight.
said something about lubricating that I didn't repeat.
Who did?
Chef Alain.
Chef Alain.
Yeah.
I think he's still up in Edmonton.
Oh, Ted just showed up.
Popped on?
Yeah.
Oh, home from Taekwondo. We were talking about her daughter. This is my
Yes.
husband, Ted.
Oh, hi, Ted.
He's a red stripe. Her daughter's a second degree black belt.
Yep. Yep. Gabby kicks
Cool.
ass.
I love it. I love it. And we're making low carb chicken enchiladas tonight. All right, well that's it. We made the dish.
Thank you.
We'll try the dish. You
Okay.
see if you like them.
I'm sure I'm gonna like them. Oh my
I'm
God.
sure. I made them. I'm not kidding.
Of course.
Ted says, I'm a red belt, thank you.
Oh, I thought he was a red stripe.
Second degree is cool.
Oh no, he's going for his black stripe. See, I don't know. What do you think? Good? Would you make
Really
them?
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, she'd make them. All good. Win-win.
100%.
All right, we're gonna sign off. We're gonna do the after show tonight. Adam, oh, just for the record, Adam is not here tonight. Adam.
So upset.
And Claudia is very upset about that, even though
Adam?
Andrew's doing an excellent job.
Yes.
There's no after. We're like, I don't know if we know how to do the after show.
I just shrugged.
Yeah, Adam is in Toronto
Yeah.
at a rally for kids with Nevada Learning, and he's doing some awesome social stuff there. So it's his first Chit Chat Shop that he missed. I'm sure he's.
And of course it's mine.
I know.
Like, come on.
We'll have you back.
Yes.
You'll have to come back, and we'll do something maybe Lebanese.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe you can teach me how to cook
Oh my
something speed up
Yes,
camera.
we would need that for
Cool.
sure.
Should I mention anything else? Am I forgetting anything? I don't know who's on next week. I'm not that organized. That's usually Adam feeding me that stuff. Tune in next week. There's going to be an amazing guest. I'm not exactly sure who it is.
And it's almost your 1 year anniversary of this show, right?
Well, I was saying that earlier.
This is episode 52. I mean,
This is episode 50.
Am I
This
the-
is it. I was like, yeah, it's right around this. You're hilarious. Yeah, episode 52. There you go.
Not
1 year.
taking a break?
No.
Not a single
No.
break?
No, we're not quite there.
oh, okay.
No?
No, we're actually over.
Over. Oh, wait, we had the I was
Because-
over here. That was like 3 weeks ago.
I don't know. We took a break at Christmas. We took 1 week off at Christmas. But we took it on the road a couple of times, so those episodes sort of caught us up. But yeah, no, we're almost bang on a year. A year of Chit Chat Chop.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. No,
Yes.
it's really Adam. I just show up and talk and cook some things most of the time.
Some really, really good things. This is amazing.
Awesome,
Thank you
cool.
very
Well, you
much.
get leftovers, take them home, enjoy them. Thank you for tuning in. Miss Claudia Habib, wonderful ClaudiaHabibEvents.com.
Yes.
And check her out, amazing event planner, corporate, social, wedding, all things fun, all things cool. And be sure to come into the shop. Oh, look, they're laughing over there. What is he saying?
We just give him a thumbs up.
My thumbs up shows up 30 seconds
Oh,
later.
yeah, there's a delay. And tune in next week when we have a guest. We'll let you know who it is before
Yes.
next week. And,
And you're going to make them do the little promo video like I had
oh,
to?
yeah, everybody has to do that. You did an excellent job on the promo video.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
no, you did. Awesome, awesome. You did. That's it. Signing off. Sign up for cooking classes. See you next week. Chit Chat Chop. Bye. Toot toot.